Well, thank you very much for coming today. As you know, as a student who's about to graduate, we are very proud of our mission. We stand behind it fully. We're unapologetic in our Christian stance. And as a result of that, we, in our application, even ask for your testimony. Most of the time, we would start our interviews out asking for a testimony for the sake of time today, since you sent it to us and we were able to read through it. I just have a couple of questions I'm going to ask you. The first is, what is your view of Scripture?
Scripture, I feel that like whenever you're faced with like a difficult problem or anything, you could always turn to Scripture to find the answer. So I think Scripture is really powerful. At least that's what I've been taught. My mom taught me, like whenever I have a problem, just open up the Bible, and sometimes you randomly open up to a Scripture that fits the circumstance perfectly.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you think that, I don't know, have you heard the word inerrancy?
Mm-mm.
It's okay, that's fine. Do you think that the Scripture has any errors in it?
Errors?
Yeah.
No, I think it's more of just like, there's a lot of like imagery, and sometimes they exaggerate it to get the point across, but I don't think there's any errors in the Bible.
And then I would like to know your personal opinion of alcohol.
Alcohol?
Mhm.
I think that I don't think you should get drunk. I think getting drunk is like where it's bad, but I don't think that it's a bad thing to have a drink.
Okay.
So.
All right. I'm going to turn it over to Julie to ask some questions.
Okay, so we've got your resume and your application, so that gives us a little bit of information. But by talking just one-on-one, it gives us a chance to hear some things from you firsthand. So why don't you start by telling us about your educational experience and your work experience?
Well, my first year I went to Lubbock Christian, and I've been a psychology major this whole time. And then I transferred here my sophomore year, and I've just been in all my psychology classes I liked a lot and everything. And then I worked for student accounts the past 3 years, so that's given me like insights on like the financial part of the school and students, accounts, and everything. So I'm aware of like working with the business side for the school. And then job-wise, I've worked at Mutual Girls Club. It's a summer after-school program for girls from 7 to 14. And then I've worked at Papa John's, so I've seen the business side of that too. And then just had practicums with like building bridges and things like that.
I noticed on your resume that it says you were at Lubbock Christian in 2014. Is that the right year?
No, I was there my freshman year, so 2010, 2011.
Describe for us your ideal position.
My ideal position. Well, right now, I'm interviewing for the business affairs coordinator, so ideally I would want to get this job to start off with, but in the future I would like to become a marriage and family counselor.
What drew you to that?
Marriage and family? I just think that family's a key, like very important, and I know a lot of families like have their own issues, and if I could like help them find ways to resolve those issues in a healthier manner, I think that's what I'd like to do.
Tell us about a project that you've completed that best demonstrates your ability to get along with others, or to work with others.
Well, group presentations, we do this all the time, and there's a lot of, okay, not a lot, but there's some people who don't like to do their part, so by being in group presentations, it helps me like to get patience, and then to learn to explain things like in a more effective way to get across to everybody. So that helps me a lot.
So what have you found when you're working with people that don't get their stuff done? you said that patience and your ability to explain things. What have you found to be the reason that they're not getting things done? Is it that they don't understand?
No, it's just lazy.
Okay.
Laziness. That's what most people just think when you're in a group. I could just relax and let the other group members take control.
So how does your being patient and your ability to explain things fix it?
Well, me being patient helps me like just not get so like frustrated and angry.
Mhm.
And then me being able to explain like, okay, listen, this is what I have to do, this is what you have to do, this is what you have to do, just, I guess, gives them more clarity and like, okay, I guess Amber isn't just gonna do all the work for us, so I should probably do something.
Okay.
When you sat in with building bridges, it says that you took notes of the session. What were the sessions about?
It was about how to cover the gaps between like poverty. So families who were in poverty that wanted to come out, they went to like different sessions to give them resources to just help them come out of poverty. So like if they wanted their GED, there was like a way for them to get that. Or if then they also like at 5:30 there's dinners. So if they don't have food to eat, they could come early to eat dinner, and then at 6:30 they start the meetings and just help them like focus on making their future brighter. Really.
So in those group sessions, did you have the opportunity, I guess, to be patient and to explain things? Were you ever given that opportunity?
I remember one time I was able to lead like a group activity, but most of the times I just listened and just observed. But there was a lot of powerful things in there, so it was pretty cool.
Describe for us the characteristics of either your best supervisor or your best professor.
My best supervisor would be Penny Meadows. She was the head at Metro Girls Club. She's really like loving towards like all the staff and the girls. But at the same time, she like is assertive and she does it like I don't know how to explain it, but like her faith is strong, which I look up to that. And then the fact that she can be loving, but really like assertive and okay, this is what you have to do, but she doesn't get mad at us about it. So yeah, I really look up to her.
Think about a coworker or a fellow student that you found it challenging to work with. And you don't have to tell us who it was, but describe the person. And
I'm going through that right now, actually. At
Okay,
work.
tell us a little bit about it.
There's this lady named Charla. For some reason, I don't know why, but she's not fond of me. And I'll talk to like the girls, just having conversation, and I've never she'll come, and she tries to undermine what I tell them, even though we're pretty equal, like have the same position, we do the same things. But for some reason, she wants to keep like undermining what I tell them, or she thinks I'm one of the girls just because I look younger and they're all about the same height as me. So that gets really like frustrating to deal with that. And the girls like look at me like, why is she getting mad? Like, you're right here, we're not doing anything bad. I'm like, I don't know. But the way I handle that is I've been taught to kill people with kindness. So I constantly like just smile, or like if there's something that I know she has to do, like I'll just go ahead and be like, hey, I got this done for you. Just so like it doesn't give her any reason to not like me.
Now, one of the things you said about Penny Meadows that you admire was her ability to be loving but yet assertive.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't sound like that's the approach that you're taking in this situation.
No.
So if that's a characteristic that you admire, how do you think you could apply that to the situation that you're facing?
Well, I think just probably like just confronting her about it, but I'm not really a confrontational person. Like I don't like confrontation at all, so I'll just do things to where confrontation won't happen. But
how's that working for you?
I mean, it's not. But yeah, I think just, I guess, being confident and secure that I am just as equal as she is, and because she's older than me, so I'm like, I want to respect her too. So it's kind of like an awkward situation.
Yeah. Those can be very awkward and challenging situations. I think all of us have been in situations like that. They're never easy. Is there anything else about your qualifications that we should know?
Well, I think that like what sets me apart from everyone else is that I've worked with the business department, so like I'm aware of like some of the things that go on financially, like the billing and some of the I forgot what it's called. It's like e-billing or where we see everyone's stuff. So I know how to do something. So.
And why is that important?
Because it's the business coordinator, so you have to know like the business side of it, and I know like, or I know of some of the people that work there, so it wouldn't be like a stranger type thing.
Okay. Good. Okay. Do you have any other questions?
I don't. Sounds great.
All right. Well, we sure appreciate you coming in.
Alrighty.
It was good to visit with you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.